Hi, my name is Kaya Goodwin, and this is my Pecha presentation on the social movement organization Youth Outlook. This presentation will detail the organization and take a look at their strengths, weaknesses, program availability, and the population that they serve. Youth Outlook is located in Naperville, Illinois, and it is the first social service agency in Illinois dedicated solely to supporting LGBTQIA+ youth. Though they're located in Naperville, they do travel and are starting to expand to other places like DeKalb, Ottawa, and Sterling. Youth Outlook was born in 1966, at least the idea was, when DuPage County community members showed concern towards the lack of resources for LGBTQIA youth in the area. 2 years later, they had their first drop-in center open up and start running, and they have been going strong ever since. Right now, they have 10 staff members that are full-time and 70+ volunteers from the DuPage County community, and they also offer opportunities for internships through several colleges in the area. The staff are generally social workers and nonprofit professionals, and the majority of the staff are white and female identifying. The mission of Youth Outlook is to provide drop-in centers for the LGBTQIA+ youth, community education programs, and parental support. The drop-in centers are used to provide a space for the youth to feel safe talking about a variety of topics and feel support. They also provide programming on safe sex and healthy relationships. The mission of this social movement organization is not specifically focused on addressing power-based personal violence. However, when their group meetings, themes of domestic abuse and sexual assault are brought up, there are systems in place within the organization to support the victims in that moment and beyond that. The goals that Youth Outlook set for themselves are nearly interchangeable with their mission statement. They're aiming to provide LGBTQIA+ youth in the area with the support that they may not be getting from other support systems or in other areas. Right now, they're focusing on building a stronger community network to further extend their organizational efforts. This organization is specifically intended for LGBTQIA+ youth and their families. They have programs that are tailored to everyone within the LGBTQIA+ community broadly, as well as more focused group programs that tailor to specific identities. Right now, their program Transcend, aimed at trans and non-binary youth, is one of their most popular and fast-growing programs. The main services that Youth Outlook provides are drop-in hours where LGBTQIA+ youth can gather and talk about the issues they face, including domestic abuse and sexual assault, if that's part of their experience. They also hold parental sessions to provide support for families of LGBTQIA+ youth and put on community education programs. When interviewing a worker at Youth Outlook, they said that what makes this program most impactful is its focus on working directly with youth. He said, "I've been to several cities that have these types of organizations, and they're all great, but many of them work with adults and sometimes young adults. Even with that, they don't work directly with them. What makes Youth Outlook successful is working directly with the youth, but also more generally to address the problems they're facing." The tactics that they use in their programming is direct contact with the marginalized group and community engagement. While they're not active in the typical systematic tactics for change, their direct action makes change on an interpersonal level, which can translate to more systematic change later. The biggest aspect of their mission statement that resonates with the community is their message of support and mentorship. Nobody wants to feel like they're alone, and the community realizes that they're a group of people who felt isolated and afraid. They rallied around this group of people to form a safe space for brave conversations, and that's something that resonates with people in a multitude of ways, regardless of identity. The message that resonated most with me is that the LGBTQIA+ youth that attend are worthy of the same help that other straight or cisgendered youth would have. Adolescence is hard enough, and a lot of times support is disproportionately distributed, and LGBTQIA youth don't have access to support networks. When I asked the worker about opposition towards Youth Outlook, he said there wasn't really any community opposition. However, as most of us are aware, the current presidential administration has amplified the voices of those who oppose the LGBTQIA+ community. This is precisely the reason that the youth in the LGBTQIA+ community need these spaces like Youth Outlook. When asking about recent successes, the worker revealed that they are planning to expand their program to more cities in the area. They said, "At the moment, we are looking to open 2 new drop-in centers, Elgin and Elmhurst. Prior to that, we opened one in Ottawa, and that is our second rural drop-in center, the first being Sterling, opened 7 years ago." Youth Outlook is more focused on individual change than structural change at the moment. However, because they focus specifically on youth, the individual approach opens opportunity for structural change down the line. Also, the fact that they're reaching out to more communities could mean that they are trying to secure a place in the structure of these communities. The most interesting part, said the worker, in his capacity was as a volunteer at the drop-in center, has been learning what being part of the LGBTQ plus community means to them, and also seeing the youth help mentor their peers. Getting involved with Youth Outlook is a pretty easy process. They offer volunteer, employee, and internship positions through a simple application process. To find this, go to their website, youthoutlook.com, and look under the Get Involved tab. They're super responsive to emails and respond very quickly and would love to help you get involved with their organization. This project has shown me that social change is oftentimes brought out of empathy. It has shown me that even things as simple as having a support system can have a huge impact both within a community and within individual lives. It has also shown me that individual change can lead to structural change down the line. They said what set them apart was that they are the only social service agency that is dedicated to support the youth in Illinois. Other organizations provide legal services, educational programming, or health and mental care. Their organization works directly with youth, from giving them a safe space to assisting them with the appropriate resources they want to seek.